When I was at Sogenji, we had to do to sit after the evening chanting, and you didn't know how long you had to sit. You just had to sit until you were allowed to go in, and that was a long time, and it was terrible. We would finish the evening chanting, and I would go to brush my teeth. I'd say, "What are you doing brushing your teeth? Go sit. Go down there. What are you doing? What kind of a monk are you? Brushing your teeth at the time for yaza." I said, sorry. Get out there. Don't waste your time. Come on. You get out there, everybody's sitting. The whole Sangha is sitting out there under the stars. And I remember thinking, I hate this place. I remember I was just a teenager, and you'd think I would have had more energy, but at the end of the day, we've been going since 3:30 in the morning. It's now 10 o'clock at night. And I think, what's wrong with these people? This is terrible. These are terrible people. How can they make us do this? Who is it who thought this up? It's obviously time to sleep right now. It's dark out. And I was so tired. It was the longest day. Some of you are having a hard time. I know. You told me. I know who you are. Well, I didn't tell you, but I had a hard time. Some of you know some of the struggles that I've been through. It was really hard. It was the worst thing I ever did. Let's put it that way. I hated it. I hated meditation for the first several years of living in a monastery. I just hated every minute of it. I said, what are we doing? This is terrible. It hurts. I'm insecure. I'm confused. I hate this. And so I went through that from 3:30 in the morning until 9:30 at night, when finally the chanting would end. And then what? Then we all have to pack up our sitting gear and go outside and sit? Why? Let's go to bed. And I'm just sitting there intentionally with bad posture. You know how teenagers are? I'm going to hurt myself because that might hurt you too. Kind of a situation. I'm going to fail this test to get my teacher back. That kind of thing. So I'm just sitting there. My knees hurt, my thighs hurt, my hips hurt, my shins hurt, my ankles hurt, my feet somehow hurt. My back hurt, my lower back, upper back hurt, shoulders hurt, neck hurt. Everything hurt. I can't believe we're doing this. And I would just sit there thinking, this is stupid, for hours. And just waiting. Will someone please go in so I can go in? Please, people, finish this up. And then finally people would start going in. And as soon as possible, I'd be like, okay, I think I can go in now. I just pack up my stuff and go in. Finally brush my teeth. Ha! Take that. Huh? And then, after my little rebellious dental care, I go to bed. Goodness gracious. It's 11 o'clock, 11:30. We have to wake up at 3:30. That's not an appropriate amount of sleep. And I would hit the cushion that I'd slept on and be asleep. Like that. I would be asleep. And then immediately my alarm would go off. It seemed like immediately it went off. I opened my eyes, it's still just as dark. 3:30 in the morning. Did any time pass? I can't really see the clock. Maybe it's broken. I think it's right. Oh my gosh. And then I hear people getting up. I think, why am I here? What am I doing here? I hate this place. And then I would get up. Then I would sit from 3:30 until 10 o'clock, and then we all go outside again? What are we doing? Go out there, and the same thing again. And this went on, I don't know, a year or two. And then somehow I started realizing, it's not helping to complain like this. I'm not thereby going in or apparently leaving this place. So, it's pretty good actually. It's pretty peaceful. I have a technique. It's not that bad. Kind of nice that people are around actually. You all look like you're doing pretty good. That's impressive. You're actually kind of impressive. Most people don't do this. You guys are actually doing great. I guess if you can do it, maybe I can do it. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe I'll try. It's not so bad, is it? I just sort of got into it. And then the momentum of the practice started picking up. This is maybe a year later. Year of maybe turned into, okay, I get it. This is kind of nice, actually. This is okay. And then I was still, I was 22 or something. So I'm a young man. So I realized, you know what, actually? The wimps are the ones who go in first. I am not a wimp. In fact, I bet I can out-sit all of you. And I went into this weird competitive mode where I thought, I had to sit with all of you in there all day long. I want to sit alone. There's only one way I can do that, which is you all are going to leave. So I'm going to sit alone. I'm just going to wait you all out. All right. And even though it was kind of a weird motivation, I think it was clever. Because then there's just nothing to do. In some weird way, by taking, quote, power in that way, I'm the tough one who's going to out-sit you, I had actually just placed my life in their hands. I had resigned power, actually. Because I can't leave until you all leave. And that was really nice. Because then there's just nothing for me to, nothing for me to complain about. We all just trick ourselves all the time. So we're trustworthy, we trick ourselves constantly. So I just started sitting. All right, here goes. There's nothing else to do. You all aren't leaving. I'm not leaving. Okay. And I started getting into it. Started dropping in. And I actually started enjoying it. I started realizing that if I just throw myself in, I'm fine. It's when I start complaining that things get hard. I thought it was when things get hard I start complaining, but then I realized, no, it's when I complain that things get hard. Well, I don't need to complain. On the contrary, I can follow my breath. Things are much better when I do that. And I have to wait all these people out anyway. I don't have much else to do. Can't read or anything, so I'll just follow my breath. And I started moving into it and noticing, oh, look, on that night, when I just did it, it was fine, and I woke up fresh the next morning. On that other night, when I complained, it was not fine, and I woke up tired. I don't want to be tired. I'm just going to do this. And then I started doing it. And then they would all go in, and I'd just be there. And there's nothing more to compete about. And then you hear the frogs. And you realize, oh, that's great. that is just great. I can just be the frogs. I can just be the stars. I don't ever need to go anywhere, ever. And I started just not even trying to, just merging with the night. The moon, the clouds, the wind, the fragrances. It's just so fragrant at night. Dropping in and dropping in. And I realized, I worked so hard all day. I was in that zendo, and they were beating us and making us sit, and I always would sit in full lotus, and it's so painful. I'd be so mad at myself for not concentrating, scream at myself all day long. The Roshi would scream at me whenever I saw him. It was so tough. I worked so hard. I think I earned this. I think I earned this bliss, didn't I? I think I did enough today. I think I can stop doing now. I think I did it. It's good I worked so hard, but now maybe I can just enjoy this. And I would just drop in. And it was like time wasn't passing, or maybe it was passing, but I didn't know. Maybe it wasn't passing. And just receive each miraculous moment for no good reason, without a purpose, without a goal. I had really worked hard on my goal all day long. But now I've earned this happiness. I'm just going to enjoy this now. And then there's no reason to go in. Just no reason. And I realized, I can just start this way, even if people are around. I can just sit here and love it. And it was in that peace and that happiness, that ease, that the most challenging struggles arose. That the deepest, most fixated, harmful patterns in me could finally come to the surface. It's as if I had been actually struggling with the little things to avoid the big things. And only once I came to peace and happiness and simply fell in love with every single peep of the peepers, not that there were peepers there, but with every single sound of nature, all the insects, everything, the wind, that the deep issues could finally healthily emerge. There was finally enough peace and happiness to hold that pain and misery, torment and despair. And I tell you this because I really hope you have that experience. I hope that one of the things this place gives you is the chance to just go out there at night or in here during the day and enter that place of peace, of happiness. And I hope that there's a certain appreciation that it probably is going to take a lot of work to get there. Maybe several years, as it was for me, of getting through your stuff and moving through your patterns and tricking one pattern with another. And for some reason that you can't explain, not giving up. I don't know why I didn't give up. It's one of the greatest mysteries in my life. I do not know why I didn't leave. Literally. Thousands of times I feel like I probably should have left. I don't know why I didn't. Thousands of times. Not hundreds of times. Or a few times, but thousands of times. It was just definitely time to get out of here. This is not working. For some reason, I just kept going. And I hope that you have that experience, that you get to keep going and going until finally you can rest. And be really then vulnerable to what's waiting for you when you stop, to what can finally catch up to you when you finally stop running. But it's the happiness and the peace that allows you to stop running.